Whether it was a matter of sneaking up on prey to catch their next meal, sniffing out enemies who might be nearby so they could be avoided, or planning a sneak attack on enemies, one of the most notable skills that Native people had was stealth. When Europeans came to the New World, they were often amazed at how Native people seemed to be able to walk through the woods almost without sound. When you consider the amazing hearing of most animals, it makes you wonder just how hunting parties managed to get close enough to their prey to make a kill. In the times before the white man walked in the New World, there were no telescopes, no long-range rifles, no binoculars. How did Native people manage to get so close to game and avoid their enemies?
k'éhózdongo.
Walk silently. It seems backward to most of us, but indigenous tribes know that walking silently means walking toe to heel, not heel to toe. The native way of walking was to take smaller steps, no more than 3 feet or so, and place the toes on the ground first. The weight of the body should rest on the back leg. This allows you to check the noise value of the ground you are about to step on. This way, if there is a twig hidden under leaves, you will feel it with your toes before it makes much of a sound. This enables you to change your footing if needed. If the ground under your toes appears and sounds like a quiet step, you can now put your heel on the ground and transfer the weight to your front leg. Once your toes are on the ground, roll on the outside of the foot until your heel is firmly in place. This is the exact opposite of how most of us walk, and it will take some practice if you hope to acquire this valuable skill. Practice on a wide range of surfaces. Once you think you have the hang of it, get a friend to turn their back on you while you sneak up behind them. See if they can hear you or if they can tell you are within attack range.
Dine Bizaad, joogááł.
Be ultra quiet. While walking toe to heel is considered to be the main stealth skill, there are other things that matter. For example, no matter how silent your feet may be, if you are singing, talking, whistling, or even breathing loudly, you will be heard. This is one reason why Native people learn the songs and whistles of native birds. They could signal one another with natural sounds that few would suspect.
Dine Bizaad.
Being aware of noisemakers on your person is another factor to consider. Your equipment, shoelace ends tapping on your shoes, nylon pant rubbing against your legs, a clanging water bottle or rifle, all make noise that, while it might not be much, will sound like a trumpet in the quiet of the woods.
Dine Bizaad.
Watch your posture. Most people walk with their backs hunched forward and their heads up. This will naturally put most of your body weight on your front foot, which you don't want. Learn to bend at the knees and keep yourself as low as possible while still keeping the upper part of the body erect. Yes, this means leg strength, so you might want to consider doing more squats to increase the strength of your high muscles. While you are bending at the knees, keep your hands and arms at waist level. Use your hands, palms down, to balance and further help distribute your weight. In the dark or even in places where the light level is very low, this can help you avoid smacking low tree branches. Picture the form: knees bent, torso erect, hands spread wide between rocks or trees. This is the perfect position to pounce upon unsuspecting prey or move quickly if you are suddenly ambushed.
k'éhózdongo, jiizįįh.
Breathe differently. If you have ever watched a horror movie and watched someone find a great hiding space only to give it away with their labored breathing, you will find that this is a true fact, not just a movie stunt. Of course, you need to breathe, but be aware of how loudly you are breathing. Many people find that they can breathe more quietly with their mouth open, and some, especially hunters, breathing through their nose.
nichiih be
Another
hanéíyol.
trick that indigenous people used was not staring directly at the person or animal until they were within range and ready to attack, believing that humans and animals could sense somehow that someone is watching them. If you are not in a position to shoot, or if you simply want to avoid being seen and your prey looks at you, or even in your general direction, do not assume you have been spotted. Freeze right there where you are. Eyes will quickly catch movement, but objects that are stationary, not so much. Depending on your skin tone and what your purpose is, you might want to consider the lighting. This is why most native people painted their face and upper body, even their horses, with streaks of black and dark red. This helped them appear more like shadows. If you have very light colored skin and will be in a low light area, you might want to cover it with some streaks of dirt. While an animal might not recognize a shadow, a person surely will. Be aware of your position in the sunlight to avoid projecting a human shadow. Many native tribes tried to keep the sun on their back, as they knew that most animals and people will turn their faces away from direct sunlight.
Njiljeeh.
Check the wind. While you most likely could smell a deer or a person, unless the person was using perfume or lacked deodorant, until you were almost upon them. Almost all animals have a better sense of smell than you. If the wind is chasing your scent directly to your prey, even an average deer can smell you coming half a mile away. All the stealth in the world won't help you if your prey can smell you coming.
Níyolish.
Whether it was a matter of sneaking up on prey to catch their next meal, sniffing out enemies who might be nearby so they could be avoided, or planning a sneak attack on enemies, one of the most notable skills that Native American people had was stealth. I hope you, as subscribers, take advantage of these notable skills and to use them to your advantage, no matter where, when, or how. This is Navajo Grandma, Hagoneh.
Bohonith.